Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the Reel McCoy. I'm your host, Meffistoe. Always with me, usually, I could say,
Yes.
my hetero life mate. Oh, my feelings. How are you, good sir? And welcome back.
I'm in a different country.
You're still in a different country, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you're basically in my time,
Yeah.
essentially,
Yeah.
plus minus a couple of hours.
So I
All
told you
right,
they're
cool.
they're having their girls' night tonight. So like I got the hotel here and
Nothing like kicking your lady out the door and spending time with the bros. What is the Reel McCoy? You might ask. The Reel McCoy is your weekly movie podcast where we ask you to go watch a movie. You watch it, come back to us, and we break it down for you in this amazing, spooky October month. We decided, at least this year, to concentrate on a genre that is called body horror. In the past few weeks, we kind of discussed various types of body horror. We had a really good discussion while you were away, all my feelings, about The Fly by David Cronenberg.
yeah, I'm sorry I missed that one.
And don't worry about it. It is all good. And I kind of brought up the fact that it was essentially his first actual real commercial movie, which hop, skip, and a jump forward or backwards to the sort of first semi recognition in terms of like real backing of a essentially an independent film called Videodrome. Yes. So I've watched it a couple of times, and you've watched it a couple of times under protest. We'll leave that story for the backstage.
All I'm saying is I know that you hate it as almost as much as that lady on the plane hates your people.
Probably no. I didn't hate it that much. Videodrome is a movie that we were discussing throughout the last 4 years because it came up like on the two games that we play. So we kind of touched it, but we didn't discuss it. We didn't go into it. But we always said that it is something that I need to watch because I'm not really, I don't remember it correctly, or I don't remember if I've actually seen it. And then I watched it independently. I don't remember what the circumstances are, but I haven't
Know
watched
that
it
it was
back in the
you
day. It
were
was relatively new to me.
I do believe you were conflating Scanners with this movie.
I think so.
Yeah.
Let's just say in the past several months, there have been personal turbulences backstage that made me like not think about things. And then, of course, my Swiss cheese brain deletes some stuff. So if you want to go back in a few episodes and tell me what I said, it's probably true. But we did say we will find somewhere to place this movie.
Yep.
Because of its significance in the Cronenberg sort of category, like catalog and everything.
Yes.
And it is for a movie that did not do well and wasn't really remembered. I think that having it in the Criterion like series, or like redone, revamped, like retouched for the Criterion series where I got my copy from, it is for a movie that I didn't like, I think has a lot going for it despite me not liking it.
Yeah, well, it definitely, really overall, it earned its cult status almost off rip. And I think without this, there wouldn't be even body horror as a genre of horror to begin with.
Cool. You know what? Let's get into it, right? Before we do before we get into the entire show, we'll say hello to Kaladin. Good evening, sir. Paul Harley, welcome back, sir. I'm really bad at names. It is
Semi-automative?
semi-automative. Semi-automative. Okay, gotcha. Semi-automative is here for the very first time. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, because we start the show usually with a little segment we like to call Behind the Screens.
Sound production, take 2.
Behind the Screens is where we turn to me this week, and we get the lowdown on everything that is behind the scenes, production-wise, all that good stuff, as I slowly descend into oblivion on this slow-moving elevator. I'm sorry. My chair, it literally, I can sit here for 5 hours and it won't drop, but then I start the show and suddenly
it's going faster than it was before.
That's fucking A.
It almost seems like you're doing a bit on the side.
I know. It looks like I'm doing a bit. I promise you, it's still going. I'm trying my best. It is weird. I was playing Eve for 4 hours this morning. It did not budge. Yet I start to do the show, and it's suddenly, fuck you, bitches.
I think it's going to have to be the point where you're going to be way too high up for the rest of it, because otherwise it's just going to...
Oh, I would be like here? No.
From here on out, I think we're just going to have to get you a couple of phone books to sit on, like you're a toddler trying to drive in a movie.
No, I might take these Korean chopsticks and just stick them up the chair so it won't drop as much. Never mind. All right, cool. Behind the Screens is where we turn to me and get the lowdown on everything behind the scenes, production-wise, all of that good stuff. And all my feelings, you will interject with stories and stuff that you have, because I know you have bits and pieces. All right. Mm-hmm. The idea for the entire movie, or let's say the kernel of the idea, the seed for the idea, came from Cronenberg's childhood in Canada, where every once in a while, while he stayed up, he could pick up a sort of a cable signal from Buffalo, where Buffalo, New York, and Toronto are sort of on the opposite side of the lake, per se. And every once in a while, he got to see some naughty bits. I remember the days of our legal cable where at around 11 p.m. there was a lot of naughty bits for the adult crowd. So, and it was always a bit fuzzy, even though we had a connection, but it is what it is.
We really didn't have that much in the States. It had to be a very odd off kind of pirate kind of satellite thing that you would actually be able to get. But I did like the whole Civic TV mentioning of it. Is just it's a very much a callback to how local TV and local broadcasts used to be really big in the States, but now
public access and stuff.
They really don't exist anymore.
Kalik, welcome. Stupid YouTube doesn't recommend the stream to me. Yeah, it's no matter what I do, it depends on the algorithm. Plus, I admit it, I haven't uploaded any review for the past couple of months, so I'm guessing that has something to do with it. All I can say is that they're coming, and I'm working on it. All right, cool. Next. The original sort of treatment or sketch up, or sort of the start, it's not really a first draft, but a real snippet, was written down as the sort of original name of Videodrome, which was Network of Blood. And he started to work on it in the early 70s, so 72, 73, 74. In that early treatment, it wasn't really what we see today. It was more it was not really a public access TV network. It was more of a private network for just the one guy, a wealthy benefactor who paid for this private network and insisted on having increasingly bizarre shows on it. So essentially, it's like UHF, but less weird Al Yankovic and more like bizarre Al Yankovic. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
All right. Also, in the original version, the story in terms of like visuals, Cronenberg actually wanted to shoot it as a first-person perspective, which was back
Oof.
then super cutting edge.
Yeah.
Sort of like if you think about today's found footage stuff, which sometimes is filmed via first person, that's sort of what he was going for in order for us to sort of experience what the guy behind the camera
That or
experiences.
what was that one? Paul, was it Danger Henry, Danger Harvey?
Is
It's like
that a horror movie?
it was a full first person action movie that was all in first person.
Okay, I've never heard of it, but
Hardcore Henry. That's what it was.
Hardcore
Thank
Henry.
you.
Okay.
Thank you, Paul.
The moment I saw that during my like reading up on it and like listening to the interviews with Cronenberg, is to me it kind of felt like Cloverfield in a way, Cloverfield, because there are moments in there where the person behind the camera is supposed to be one of the 5-6 guys
Mhm.
that are running away from the monster. So I don't know, because sometimes it's TJ Miller and sometimes it's the other dude. So I don't know. That's the first thing that popped in my mind. All right. So
What, the Blair Witch Project?
kind of, I guess, maybe. So that idea of this wealthy guy with the network and everything was actually adapted into an episode of a TV show called Peep Show, which is
Yes.
kind of like Tales from the Crypt, but less creepy.
Tales from the Crypt, The Outer Limits, Masters of Horror, all along that kind of.
And it was on CBC on Canadian TV,
Mhm.
and Cronenberg written and directed the episode. It was called The Victim, and I couldn't find any more information about it, which is sad because there's probably like a more elaborate plot for it. And again, it's the same concept but done in a different way.
Trying
Now-
to find that would be like trying to actually find Tales from the Crypt anywhere now. It's actually impossible to find it. You know, the rights are from Tales from the Crypt, the actual show. They're gone.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, like nobody has purchased it and nobody wants to buy it.
But who owns it? MGM? Disney?
No one does.
So you can just put it on YouTube?
Yeah, you can. There are full seasons of Tales from the Crypt that are on YouTube that you can watch for free.
That is a binge and a half.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
how I watched it last year.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I have to explain something really dumb and has sort of nothing to do with the movie. There, at the time, during like early 70s up to around 83, when this one, essentially 81, when this was shot, there was the Canadian government was trying to sort of trying to attract business or film business to be shot in Canada, specifically in Canada. And if you did that, you would have gotten a tax rebate. So a lot of productions, the only caveat is that you had to, in a singular year, shoot the movie and distribute the movie. You have to, no. Principal photography has to be done in the span of the year. And only then you could have gotten the tax rebate. So a lot of Cronenberg's earlier films were all done this way and were all done on a minimal budget and in a rush.
Gotcha. Which is
So
odd too, because I think Vancouver still offers massive tax benefits if you shoot there.
that's a separate thing. And
Gotcha.
it was like you shoot anywhere you want in Canada and you would get this tax
so
rebate.
all territories then. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And it's like the States where you had like 4 separate territories in Canada, and it's through the federal, essentially the federal system of Canada, rather than a specific like, oh, this is just British Columbia or this is just Quebec or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
gotcha.
And through that system, a lot of these movies got made. So Rabid got made, Scanners got made. Which was what was the other one? Stain. What was the other one that he did? 75.
Oh, I can't remember off the top of my head.
Doesn't matter. So a lot of these movies of Cronenberg's were made during that time. It was like the 70s. He was like knocking him down one after the other, essentially one after the other, year after year. And it's like, we're even talking about movies that were really small in distribution and all that stuff.
Mm.
So that particular production company was backing this movie. But because Scanners was such a big deal, Universal picked up the tab of half of the budget, which was around 5.5 million to 5.9 million, depending on where you look. Now, because Scanners was such a big deal as well, George Lucas offered Cronenberg to direct Return of the Jedi. And Cronenberg refused for the same reason that Kevin Smith refuses any offer for any movie, because he likes to write and direct his own shit.
His own, yeah.
Yes. He specifically said, and I saw it like in 2 different interviews, that it's like, I detest not having any input on the script, or it's an idea that's foreign to me that I don't like necessarily have any affinity to. So it's somebody else's dishes. I don't want to wash them.
However, if he had done Return of the Jedi, how interesting would that have been?
I'm guessing it was less commercial than it was.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
Ewoks actually like they're actually just ripping
mutilated Ewoks.
stormtroopers apart. The
Yeah.
Ewoks are actually like eating the stormtroopers.
The Emperor getting torn to bits. Darth Vader having his helmet off for most of the movie.
It would have to be the thing where they're using their force powers and they're actually like the tumors are erupting from them and they're exploding
people. Yeah.
Would
have been fun.
Otherwise, real fun. They'd be like, well, wow, the Star Wars Christmas special is going to be real different after this.
The thing about it is, James Woods, who was approached because they had such a relatively massive budget, what they usually have to deal with, they approached a lot of like good Hollywood actors, and the only one that was like really interested in the project was James Woods, who was actually a fan of both Rabid and Scanners. So they set up a meeting in Beverly Hills where Cronenberg flew over. They had a lunch. They essentially hit it off real well, and Woods really liked the script, so he signed on after reading it and talking to David.
And I do have to say, it is kind of perfect casting for Max Wren, because there's just something about the way that how James Woods plays him where you could see him being this kind of scumbag. You really could.
Yes. You know who could also be really good to replace him is forgot his name, is the guy from RoboCop.
That's exactly who I was thinking.
Who built RoboCop and then got killed because of the bitches leave.
Yeah.
Right? That guy. Ferrer something. Miguel Ferrer, I think. I think his name is Miguel Ferrer. You guys check me out. I'm continuing. Debbie Harry was hired not because of her stint in Blondie, believe it or not. She was hired after Cronenberg saw and liked her acting in the movie Union City, which was essentially her first role ever.
Mhm.
And she was such a novice. She actually went to Woods for some tips and how to act and how to do certain scenes. And she credited Woods for helping her out to like bring her performance out. And I thought, was there a trailer interlude in that thing? But no, it was all professional, apparently. Of course, she had to dye her hair red for the role, like getting out of her typical platinum blonde,
Yeah.
which she said wasn't an issue. The shoot itself took about 2 months from the end of October till the end of December. And again, they had a hard line stop at completing like principal shooting at like in December to make that tax deadline. And then the following March, they had reshoots because reshoots doesn't really fall under that sort of dictation. So they did have the tax rebate. In terms of the shoot itself, the first week of shooting was dedicated to all the video parts of the movie. So every time anyone was on the TV, essentially, that was the first week of shooting. So everything fell onto there. So all the Professor Oblivion, all the Nikki stuff, the Videodrome tortures, all of that, and the Samurai Dream softcore porn, all of that
Yeah.
was done in the first week.
Oh, so
Now,
that's the Apollo and Dionysus bit that Masha had.
all of that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
All of that was done in the first week. The Samurai Dream itself took about a half a day from setup to wrap up and leave, which is fast. Whatever you see on film was shot plus extra 5 minutes. That's it. So from whatever you
Okay.
see in the film, the entirety was shot plus extra 5 minutes and nothing else. There was no second takes, none of that.
Gotcha.
They just shot the thing.
Just shot it and was like, that's it, we're good. We're good.
They had extra 5 more minutes. They cut stuff away. That's what's in the film. That's it. And it took a half a day.
So that's including all the Videodrome?
No.
Too?
Just the Japanese softcore bit that was on, like
the Samurai Dreams and the Apollo and Dionysus.
First thing that
gotcha,
he puts
okay.
for the two producers that you see
Gotcha.
on screen, plus extra 5 minutes. That's it.
I wasn't sure if you were including the Videodrome, the actual torture scenes.
No, not the torture.
Later. Okay,
just
gotcha.
the Samurai. That's the Samurai Dream. That's
Okay.
it. Which is in the movie, it's like literally a minute and a half, maybe, and you barely see anything.
No.
Right. In terms of makeup and special effects, they literally brought in the heavy guns. They brought on the Rick Baker to do makeup, to do everything. And you can fucking tell.
Oh, you could tell. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell. Now, the thing about Rick Baker is they approached him and he loved the script. He really loved the script. But he said, for everything that is written down, I need at least 6 months to do preparations. They gave him 2. Just the 2. So there were
a turnaround.
Let's just say there were a few corners that got cut, and there was a full scene that got cut. A scene that was essentially a hallucination, where Max and Nikki would have kissed, and gradually their faces would
Melded
mash together into one. And that was just, it's like, I don't have time to create this. You've given me just the 2. And that was it. Essentially, that was the big part. There were a few bits and pieces that got sort of nixed. Baker also came up with the idea of the gun hand arrangement, he suggested that the gun would have eyes on the sides of the hand itself. And Cronenberg said, that's a bit too much. Now, if Cronenberg says it's a bit too much, then it's a bit too much.
Which Sandra brought up, like, don't get a gun from your belly. That's like, okay, this is going to be a bit, because of course I had to make a joke about it. Talk about shooting from your gut.
Yeah. No, he shot from the hip. Yeah. One more thing about sort of special effects, because again, there's not a lot of information, and the information I got is just a bit too technical. One of the things is James Woods, when he shot the bits with the suit, the slit suit, he said it was horrible. He said, I am not an actor. I'm just a guy wearing a slit suit. He was so frustrated from that suit. He hated it so much.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, he said it was too heavy, too cumbersome, and you need your body to, like, James Woods' acting really is down to being super intense and
because he emotes with his body, like that's how he acts. Yeah.
So it was so cumbersome. It was so cumbersome that he really hated, because he couldn't, be himself.
Well, then they better not do a male version of The Substance starring James Woods, because it would not work for him.
Don't think so. The gun itself, I thought it was an interesting tidbit. It was a Walther PPK, which is a James Bond favorite. Max Wren's name is actually named after a motorcycle. I've never heard of Max Wren.
Yeah, this is Maxren, not NN like his character name. Yeah.
Which actually really fits with the fact that we talked about it. I talked about it last week. The pods, the telepods that are in the Fly are modeled after a motorcycle engine.
Yep.
And he's such a motorcycle enthusiast, then you would imagine Max Wren being a motorcycle brand was like, oh, that really fits with Cronenberg, which is fun. It's another fun tidbit. The tugboat at the end of the movie actually belongs to one of the gaffers on the crew. And he just
derelict tugboat.
He just lent it to them. Now it fits with the fact that most of the cast in the movie were like local Toronto actors, stage actors, TV actors, real unknowns, and most of them was like they're one and done in film.
Are you telling me the street peddler with the monkey was not a professional actor? No.
Correct. Correct.
Come on, Teddy. You got a quarter or something, man?
Barry Convicts, the spectacle.
Yeah, that's by Leslie Carlson. Yeah.
Yes. He was actually, his entire spiel was actually inspired by Jim Baker, the televangelist.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And I didn't even go to Jim Baker when I saw him do the sort of the convention that he does
with the Medici glasses.
I thought about
that poor gay. Obviously, that dance from the back, gay as a day is long, but he's trying to keep with the choreography, and he's like half a beat off, and I'm like, dude, you gotta have him call back to one at least, because you look bad in this, bud.
When he did his convention, I immediately thought of several other like a CEO type deal.
Yeah, because you'd only think of any kind of CEO marketing bit. Like, well, I mean, this will sell. Like with the Medici line, this will sell itself. You can sell a shitload of these.
Or do you know one of those guys who have the pyramid scheme type deal?
Yeah, multi-level marketing, or the ones that are like those
type guy. That's where I was going for.
Also, like Tony Robbins-esque, like life coach kind of people.
Yeah, if you think about like inspiration, it's not
that
guy. It's just inspired by, which if you think about it, yeah, Jim Baker is that kind of dude, sort of essentially a con artist. That's what made me think about like this multi-level marketing type deal, type guy. But yeah, cool. Next, the videotapes that were used were actually not VHS; they were Betamax. And can you guess why? It's a stupid thing, but can you guess why?
Was this after the conversion?
No, no.
Okay.
They're just a little bit smaller than the
Smaller?
VHS ones, so
Okay.
they can fit inside the slit.
Oh,
That's the
suits.
only reason. And
Okay.
to make sure you're on point, they just kept using them.
Okay, the only thing that I was thinking of is because, well, the VHS Betamax wars, I thought that this may
Yes.
have been after it, so they get Betamax tapes for like super cheap, and
I thought
then
so as well,
cut down
but
production
it's
costs. But
essentially just to make sure it will fit in the slit, so they're a little bit smaller.
oh,
That's
Sander has a
it.
good point there. Since it was actually filmed in Canada, maybe
Yes,
it was.
and it was more popular in Canada, but
Yeah.
like literally the reason was given by one of Jim Baker's like assistants. It's like when we designed the vagina slit, his words, not mine. When we designed the vagina slit, we kind of figured out that we need somebody to have his whole hand in there, and the suit didn't quite fit. So we tried with the VHS, and it was a little bit too big. So we went with the Betamax. Plus, it was readily available. So
Yeah.
it was all it fit. Everything kind of fit together nicely. One more thing. I have one note, but I'll drop it down. There were 3 proposed endings, and the ending they chose was actually Woods' favorite. The first one had sort of an epilogue where Max meets Nikki and Bianca
Mhm.
in the Videodrome room, where they discovered that both Bianca and Nikki both also have slits, but theirs are a little bit higher up the torso.
Well, I mean, they already have one.
Yes, correct. But also, they have a Max Ren type vagina slit more upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Which follows to the second ending, which was.
But it was so odd because Bianca was anti-Videodrome the entire time, so that wouldn't have made any sense.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
The other one is they still have the slits, but they're not in the Videodrome room. They're somewhere else, and they have an orgy using a weird sexual. It said distorted sexual organ coming out of the slit.
Oh, so it's like Society, which you still need to see. Because I
And of
wanted
course-
to put Society on for this month, but you're like, no, that might be a bit too much. I'm like, yeah, it's a bit too much. The very last scene, you have to really like body horror, or you may vomit.
Yes. And of course, there's the last, there's the ending, which we will discuss. Now, the movie itself was a huge failure due to essentially poor marketing, because it wasn't marketed as a body horror. It was marketed as a sci-fi film, and nobody liked it.
Sander,
liked it.
it's not too off of Naked Lunch. It's
yes. And also not. And the last thing is Andy Warhol not only loved the movie, he called it a Clockwork Orange for the 80s. I don't see it, but that's what he said.
In a way, I could kind of see his point there.
I can't believe I did a solo thing. My throat is already dry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is what we got. Essentially, budget was, like I said, 5.5 to 5.9, and it did about 1 or 2 million, something in that vicinity.
Yeah, it ended up making all of its money back eventually
Yeah.
after multiple releases
and essentially
re-releases.
the movie, essentially half of it was paid by the taxpayer, like the Canadian taxpayer.
Yeah.
So it mostly lost money for Universal, but over time, no,
Yeah.
not really. All right, cool. Before we start the show for real, and we gripe about the movie, and also talk about the ideas within it that are essentially way ahead of their time,
Very
we
much so,
will play a little game called Behind the Screen. Oh, not Behind the Screens. Jesus Christ. Missy
Come on,
Markey.
I'm gone for a week and you forget the names of the game.
And
Come
I
on.
nailed it last week. I'm just too excited because you're here. You're back. You're back in my bosom of love. All right. Behind the Screens is where we take 10 posters of movies, have their text written off, and you guys out there in the chat will have to guess which movie this is. And of course, Mr. Oh My Feelings will be here to help you out. But I think this week it'll probably go fast.
Well, to be fair, we do have Paul as well, which is
We have
gonna
Paul,
help
we
a
have
lot.
Sander. Last week we had like full rack of people. James was here. Everybody was firing on all goddamn cylinders.
Paul's already got it.
Paul has
Cold
got it right away. It is Cold Mountain, correct?
Hate that movie.
It's boring. It's
probably
slow.
one of the best.
It's not boring. It's not boring. It's slow.
Yeah, this has one of the best bank heist scenes ever.
I still don't like that movie. And Becky. Hi, Becky. I've seen you. It is Heat. I still don't like. I don't know what people love about this movie. I've seen it.
Heat. It's great, man.
In the last year, I think I've seen it twice because I look. Hold the phone. You guys can tell me what it was.
I know what it is, by the way, but
I literally watched it twice and I still I don't understand why people love it so much. It's not a bad movie. I just don't understand the appeal. And yes,
that's the
Sander,
original horror
like I
bosses,
said, everybody's firing on all cylinders here. It is Horrible Bosses. By the way, one of the greatest roles
for
Colin Farrell.
Just like
yeah. One of the it's a
come on, man.
Yeah.
I love this movie.
Becky agrees with you.
Yeah.
Of course she does.
Well, because Becky is a learned individual.
I know, right?
Yeah. And everyone's got, it's New Jack City.
Everybody's like, of course.
That's a fun. We know, besides us doing the original Blade, we should do a Wesley Snipes retrospective because I would love to cover Passenger 57.
White Man Can't Jump.
Yeah. I mean, but we already did Demolition Man.
Yeah, but there's so many good movies.
Yeah.
Kalikioki has hit it. It jumped on me. Kalikioki was the first. It is Ratatouille, another movie that I don't particularly enjoy because it's Disney.
And see, another movie that you wouldn't have watched without this podcast, buddy.
I absolutely love this movie.
Fantastic.
Essentially a body horror movie.
Yeah, it is.
Essentially. And we talked about it a couple of weeks ago. It is the Reanimator. Yes,
we did.
It is
with
the
Nick.
Reanimator. Another 1984 movie. Haha. Everyone stumped? No, you can't stump this, chat.
Starman.
Starman. I don't think Starman was included in that in the soundtrack, by the way.
No, it wasn't. You know why? They couldn't afford it.
They couldn't afford it. It was a relatively successful movie. I think it ended up in the top 15.
It was all right.
The entire year.
No, that does have one person that's in it. It does have Jonah in it, but that's not Get Him to the Greek. No.
It is not Get Him to the Greek. No, it's not.
It's super bad.
It is super bad is correct.
Also, the first film starring Jonah Hill and Emma Stone.
Yep.
Yeah. This movie is awful. It's terrible. Please don't watch it.
It's a lot of fun. I don't know what made Matt Damon do it. I know why. I know why Heath Ledger did it.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
his
know
career
why
was
Matt
kind of not that great right now. So I'm like, I'm taking a role to get some money. But yeah, it's
Yeah, it's the Brothers Grimm.
And I mean,
I will be back.
I still want those. I want those goddamn sunglasses.
Man, I told you these are fucking expensive.
They are
as
really
hell.
expensive sunglasses. Yeah.
It is, of course, T1 Terminator.
Sure.
Essentially, it's the Terminator.
Terminator, yes.
Yeah. Put some respect on that the. But yeah. Absolutely loved doing research for that movie. It was an enjoyable ride for that week. Let's just say that. As much as I hate what James Cameron has become, there's a reason why people let James Cameron do what James Cameron
slide
does.
because he makes masterpieces every now and then.
If they just let him go, he can create a lot of good stuff. And then there's Avatar. Holy shit.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Yeah.
Because we have a limited time, which is, by the way, if you notice or didn't notice, was actually a little bit by design and a little bit by chance. We will hop, skip, and a jump in this movie a lot, but the one thing I want to talk about is the ideas, mostly the ideas that are in this movie, rather than just the movie itself.
Going through. I wanted to say I do love the opening just with that they actually made a full Civic TV logo.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was fantastic that they did that.
It kind of reminded me of reminded me of like an old, remember the Quest games that we used to have, like Leisure Suit Larry, Space Quest, King's Quest.
Yeah, that kind of that art style. It's very much that, yeah.
That like Sierra style of games, and I absolutely love that because even if it's just the one thing, it's there and it bleeps out, and somebody put some good amount of time to actually design and make it happen. And this was shot was 81. So this was pretty fucking good.
I love the scrolling right before that too. The Civic TV. The one.
Again, kind of reminds me of like it's old 70s way of opening. Like,
well, to be fair, Sander, they did play a lot of porn, so
yes. I mentioned Leisure Suit Larry
for a reason.
Yeah, it's for a reason. There's the sort of that vibe that you had where it's, and to me, James Woods is such a like sort of on the money casting because he is in his element playing sleazy characters.
Yeah, well, drinking coffee and dipping in day-old pizza crust in it as his breakfast, and then when he gets there, when they're talking to him about they have the meeting with Shinji and the Samurai Dream show, and they go and he's talking to the two other executives from Civic TV was like there's too much class, it's bad for sex.
Yeah. And the fact that they're sitting there and they're sort of haggling on these, on essentially content, right? We'll call it content because it is in a way a content thing. And this is where Max kind of sets the tone of this is too soft.
Yeah,
I need
yeah.
something like hard. And he doesn't mean like hardcore porn. He means like rough. Something rough, not,
There
lovey-dovey
needs to be some
erotica.
sadomasochism in it to pique his interest.
Yeah, and it's sort of like they even say it at one point that, oh, in today's age, America's gone soft, and
So,
all the
no,
rest of the
that's
countries.
that's the end with the conversation with
Oh yeah,
Harlan
that
and
yeah, that's comes later with.
Harlan
We can actually jump to it
and
because
Barry. We'll jump there. We'll jump back.
no,
But
no,
no, the conversation there, which is so funny because it's puritanical in a way where it's a turn on the concept of being puritanical, where no, Ron Jeremy's not
no.
in this movie. No, what's so interesting about that though is the concept of it, where it's even in the show that he's on, where they're talking about the mass mass production of violence and sexual graphic material, like how it may subvert or maybe pervert other people, is kind of a weird kind of allegory there, because Benny and Harlan are saying, no, the reason why we're weak is because now we're perverse. And people like you, the people that are perverse, that's the reason why we made Videodrome. They'll watch it, it'll kill them off. So only the people that are pure are left. But the
Yeah.
people that are pure or left are supposed to be harder. So wouldn't they be more affected by violence?
That is that vicious circle that I kept thinking about the whole
Yeah,
time.
where it kind of feeds back. It's a
The whole
feedback
time.
loop where it doesn't
It's
make
a
any
feedback
sense.
loop because there's no like. It's sort of like it's the eternal question of the chicken or the egg, which came first. Like, and what leads to violence? Is it promiscuity? And even Max turns it on Nikki, where Nikki says, "Well, there's so many violence and there's just too much like perverse things." And it just you just poke people's eyes out, and Max is like, yeah, like that dress.
Well,
And she looks
because
at him
you
funny.
provoked it you do stuff to only poke and prod and kind of get the kind of provocation that you want. Yeah, just like you in that dress. It's like, yeah, I do. The one bit though, I do love that clever bit of dialogue where I don't know if it was ad-libbed or not. That bit where she's like, do you think that Mr. Wren is a menace? Well, he's a menace to me.
Yeah. and the thing about it is like, yeah, but I like it. It's like, oh ho ho.
Yeah, and the entire time when the host is trying to talk to Brian Oblivion, the two of them they're chatting each other up.
And I was like, nobody from like production is gonna like shut their mics off
Just
or
be
something.
like, yeah.
And it's done intentionally. It's sort of like it brings you to like Springer territory without it actually being a Springer territory.
It was also that too, where everything in it feels like it's very that's I think is probably about the best bit about this film, is the fact that it does feel very lived in, because even when he goes to see Shinji and Hiro Nakamura for the Samurai Dream tapes, there's that guy banging on there, why won't you let me in, you know I fucking love you.
Yeah,
you know, because it feels like, yeah, this is a down dirty ass fucking city and everyone is kind of a little bit morally bankrupt. And then later we have everything with Bianca's kind of mission there.
Yeah. That was the weird part. We can actually jump to that. It's Bianca's mission where all the homeless come in. I'm trying to get to it. Yeah, it's basically this. Bianca's mission is not to have like a home for the homeless or food. It's literally to everyone has a right to watch TV.
I know, but they're given meals too.
Yeah, but essentially they're not there for the meal or for the sleep.
They're there for
their basic right.
Yeah.
Right? Their basic right of actually watching TV.
In so many ways, it looks like the outside of a methadone clinic.
Kind of.
They're getting their fix for the day and
kind of.
then they're shuffled off.
And this is exactly the ideas or the overarching ideas that I thought were in this movie that were really forward thinking. Because first of all, in the like start of the 80s, we already had TV for at least 10 years, especially in like North America. You had TV for 20
Oh,
years
well,
already.
well, really more like mass cable was really the big thing, and there was more again. This is a thing that's really imperative when it comes to again for conversations when it comes to serial killers, because this comes up a lot, the correlation between pornography and like pulp
And
material and
violence
comics and violence, and how that warped their mind to have them become a killer later on. So
and
this is kind of like, it's showing how TV in itself has become like an epidemic drug that people are reliant upon in this society in Videodrome.
And to me, it doesn't feel like Cronenberg is going towards the him trying to criticize the TV, more like he's putting a mirror in front of the Puritans that are saying
Yes.
that TV is so bad because essentially everyone is getting their fix, and they need even harder and harder and rougher and more like explicit things to watch in order to satiate their desire to like not be bored. And essentially this what pushes them into violence.
Yeah. I'm sorry to bring up a Warhammer 40k thing, but think of Slanesh. That's what it is.
Yeah. Self-indulgent, leading into
More
pain.
mindless self-indulgence, and that you have to go further and deeper and deeper and deeper in order to get that same fix.
And you have a little bit of inkling in that. I jumped a little bit forward. I'm going to jump back into, well, I can't show that.
I said there's a lot of it you can't show. You gotta be really careful with this one, buddy.
No, I can't show that. I want to get to the idea of him dating Nikki, and before they have sex, they're sitting there on the couch. I'm gonna let the movie go. Okay,
but you
they're
have to
sitting there on the couch.
Yeah.
Wait. They're sitting there on the couch, and she essentially confesses to. She asks him about what he does, and he kind of tells her about this signal that he knows. At this point, he thinks it's a signal. Essentially, he's being duped, but doesn't matter. A signal about something that is rough, and she says, "I want to see it," because we talked about it on the show, and she really loves this. And essentially, he discovers that she discusses the fact that her boyfriend is cutting her or somebody.
A friend.
A friend. Yeah, a friend.
And she's like, well, where can I watch this? A friend of mine would be very interested in it.
And I was like, oh, fuck. You've got really lousy friends. And then you see her shoulder, and she's got like cutting, as in ritual cutting.
Well, because she flat out goes like, take out your Swiss Army knife and cut me.
And he sees her shoulder and goes like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? And the fact that Max Wren is not at that point of actually doing something, but he's really into watching something really hardcore and
bring a voyeur. Yeah, not a participant.
And also, he comes from a place of like, he's what am I doing? What did you do?
Nope.
Don't mess with stuff.
Oh, sorry. No, I hit something on my laptop.
Don't hit nothing.
Sorry.
Thank you. Max is coming from a place of a network executive where he's looking for these more graphical, more violent, more like hardcore stuff in order to satiate the appetite of his audience and make sure
to bring in more audience members.
Civic TV is like the dominant cable channel, the best public access channel, and has something that other people doesn't have. This is exactly what he says to the other executives. It's like, why are you into this? Like, I want to have a network that has something that nobody else has or nobody else shows. Hardcore of hardcore, right? And it leads to them having sex, and he pierces her goddamn ears with a needle and a cork. And I was like, you went through some sort of threshold. And to be fair, that sexual encounter literally puts them in a position where from this moment on, you don't know if this is a hallucination
Well, it
or is it real.
fading into the scene where they were actually on the Videodrome set
Yes.
while they were having sex, and then it fades out to where it's just the set, and you find out at the very end that they never had a relationship at all. They never actually really they met on the show, and I do believe that's it.
Yeah, and there's a moment where in the second encounter, she asks him for a cigarette, and he's lecturing her about and she wants to go to the Videodrome, or she goes to Pittsburgh to audition, or she tells him that she does. And she's like, give me a cigarette. I was like, I really enjoyed this. And then she literally burns her own tit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, don't you understand? I enjoy this. It's like, this is sort of that realization that Max has where he knows it's going to go bad, but he's seemingly not doing anything about it.
Max, you're a 34-year-old man. That's the girl you date in college. Not now, sir.
And it's so weird. And later on, he has this conversation with Masha, and Masha is another one of these agents, like the Japanese agents, where she brings them content, essentially content, which is Dionysus Evening or Dionysus
and Apollo,
and Apollo, something like that. And Max is like, look, I've come across this thing and it's hardcore and it puts your shit in in a very vanilla light. I'm paraphrasing, of course.
No. What I find really interesting too is that Masha on their first meeting too, when she shows him that tape, well, she asks him like, "Why don't you make your own show? What kind of show would you make? I could have it sent to all the underground networks."
Yeah.
You know, I could be your agent for that. Well, I don't want that, but and then keep the reassurance of like, I want more information about Videodrome, and then that conversation that has with Masha was like, no, it's real. It's real. You can't go any further than this. Like, this is very, very, very dangerous. You can't go any further with this.
That's after that dinner, because she says, I'll be your agent, and he's pushing her to like find out who these people are. And when she comes back, it's like, you really don't want this. Like, there's a big sort of a big red label, do not touch. And he's like, but I really want to touch though.
Yeah.
I really want to touch it. And of course, later on, he wants to meet this Dr. Oblivion, this Professor Oblivion, not doctor. He didn't go to 6 years of medical school to be a doctor. No thanks. And all he's encountered is his daughter. And to be fair, and she gives him like tapes, and she tells him about no, before she gives him the tape, she's like, you can ask me a question, I'll paying it forward, and he will give you a tape. And when he confronts her the second time, she tells him that he died, and he has a lot to do with the Videodrome and how it was made.
He was making like 3 to 5 tapes a day, and they have thousands of tapes, and like the tape that they saw on there was a pre-recorded one, and the same with the one that he supposedly watched, which is, it's clear that this was just a hallucination that he was having.
Yes. And this is where like his girl Friday, his secretary essentially, brings him the tape, and there was a moment where he holds the tape, and the tape kind of breathes for a second. Yeah. So he quickly kind of leaves it alone. And this is one of the things that are happening throughout this sort of hallucination part of the movie where every inanimate object is some sort of has some sort of a human trait to it, so it kind of looks like it breathes.
Well,
It
it's more
breathes, or
anything that could give him the sensate experience that he was craving. So the TV, like any kind of medium around the television itself, is the one that is actually animate in any way, shape, or form.
I, I appreciate
but
the fact that, and it kind of resides within the fact that why it was like a little bit more forward thinking. He has an Atari, so he's also an incel gamer.
Yeah, a little
And I
bit,
was
a little
like,
bit,
oh,
a
I
little
know
bit.
that area. I
Gaming
know that
system, yeah.
zone.
I did love just the fact too that it was during O'Brien's Oblivion,
Yeah,
Oblivion's
Brian Oblivion. Yeah.
first monologue to him on that tape. He says something that I believe was so ingrained as a fear of the right wing at the time that's palpable in this. Reality is less than TV.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one of the things he said, and I had to go back a couple of times to make sure I've heard what he said. He said, by now you realize Oblivion is not actually my name.
Yeah.
In the future, everybody would have their, he didn't say gamer tag, but he
No, has their
everyone
own
would
name. No, he says it on the talk show.
Says that on a talk show?
Yeah.
I had, when he said it, I had to rewind. Like,
Yeah,
I
no, yeah,
literally
he
pressed
says
the
that
arrow
on the
key,
talk show. Yeah.
and I was like, this is so weird.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
Like, look,
hey,
like, look over there too.
hey,
Some
look
of
at
us
everybody in chat right now, except for Becky, who's just like, I'm brave.
Yeah. No, it's not a knock on anybody. I said it many times. I don't mind people knowing my actual name. The problem is it's a little bit harder to actually express than this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Trust me, I can't pronounce it, and I've known the guy for years.
Yeah.
Whenever I try to, your wife goes, "It's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong."
My wife says, just call it Mephisto.
Yeah.
But I thought it was so on the money, and it really is sort of intertwined with how technology and essentially media is consumed even today. It's just a different medium. They thought TV was the thing. I bet you before TV, they thought the radio was the thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like a lot of Woody Allen stories.
Well, the same thing with
radio came from
radio, that. And again with comic books. Remember
comic books? Yeah. There's always a medium or a media that is the current thing, and now this is the new, we'll call it the devil, like the new devil, the new thing. And it, again, usually it comes from the right, but it not necessarily right. Remember the Satan scare of the late 80s, early 90s. It's a Tipper Gore. It's a lot
the
of
same thing with D&D, Satanic Panic,
all that stuff is really has nothing to do with like Republican or Democrat. It's people who are essentially Puritan and authoritarian, and frankly, people who I am disgusted by. Really, essentially, because it has a lot to do with what you told me, the story of what happened to you in the plane. One of the things I truly am completely for is something that I don't have. It's something called the First Amendment. The First Amendment allows people to be assholes, allows people to say what they actually think. The issue is, once you said the thing that you may not supposed to say, we all know who you are and what you are. The sunlight is the greatest disinfectant. because it just shines a light upon you and lets me know how idiotic are you for real, for real. And this is another sort of aspect that is, like I said, it is a part of this thing. It is an idea that is in this movie about what the media is and how we consume it and how easily manipulated we are while we're essentially like focusing on the thing that we want to watch. And it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to go into like crazy violent mode and shoot up a school. And remember, at some point, video games was the big baddie.
Yep.
And then our phones became the big baddie. And then what's next? VR is the big baddie. AI now is the big baddie because it's with the technological improvements. That's people see it as an enemy to whatever they think is the enemy.
Well, no one. I would say change is frightening to
Yes.
begin with.
Yeah.
Overall and overall technological leaps and always it's always those who are younger are easier to adapt to newer technologies. And those who are older, even us, we're getting to that point where now we're like, oh, these damn kids, because I'm getting to that point myself.
Yeah, get off my lawn.
Yeah, it's where we can look back, but we still have that kind of we have that rose tinted goggles when it comes to a lot of the past and everything. Where we go like, well, our parents just didn't understand, obviously, and our kids are now feeling the same way.
Yeah. And the thing about it is maybe they understood, but within the terms of the technology that was available, and they just are entrenched within it. Now,
Yeah.
I look at this, and to me, even though I'm older, I'm not old, I'm older. The fact that I can take this, the fact that like Professor Oblivion or Brian Oblivion left all these tapes, you can say, okay, you can update this, easily update this. All of the videos on the shelf are actually unlisted YouTube videos that were left behind. And every time there's a topic that kind of fits, you make sure it's listed so it's public. And now you have some sort of a retort to whatever the question of the day is that has been asked of Professor Oblivion, right?
Yeah.
So there's he shot a lot of videos to make sure all different situations are covered.
That, or if anything, too, you just have this this is just a massive catalog, and it's just Bianca, once she's notified of something that needs to be addressed, all she does is just upload it.
Yes.
And sends the person this is the private link to that video.
Yep.
Done.
I want to get to there. That's a nice shot. YouTube. This is a movie. This is not an endorsement of anything. Hold on. Back from the basement.
I want to say too is we did see Bridie, who was his secretary, came in. The only really funny bit in this was him with the Walther and he when he with the guns when he has all the bullets out and he just puts it and like, oh shit, and just puts the newspaper over.
Yes.
Good hiding job, bud.
And when he takes off the newspaper, suddenly it's not there anymore. Kind of contributing to the fact that he's hallucinating.
Yeah.
Everything.
Well, he was later too that he slapped the shit out of her, thinking that she was Nikki. Yeah.
Yeah. And sort of after that, he gets the call from Spectacular Optical.
Spectacular Optical, yes.
Difficult. Holy shit. That's
for
me, it's tongue twister.
Yeah.
And the fact that he is led to the car where there's another.
All I'm saying is my Japanese friends would have a very difficult time saying that word.
Touché, friend.
Damn it.
Yeah. So this is sort of his first meeting with Convax where he talks to him and like inviting him to come to the store and see the Videodrome, and we want to talk to you. And they send in a stretch limo, and he goes into this essentially and like a
It looks like
eyewear shop.
yeah, it's just like any like 24-hour eyeglass hut, basically. Like yeah, the 24-hour just glasses.
I love James Woods. I don't care what politics he has. I don't give a fuck.
What's so funny is the fact that they look like they're upside down.
It's an Elton John style spectacles, and they're not for men. They're for
No, that
women.
is definitely George. You are wearing women's glasses. Look,
I think they are upside down, but even if you put them right side up,
they would still be that big and wrong. Yeah, I think the action that they put the actual limbs on the side on upside down.
I don't know how they did it, because it looked like you can wear them upside down, but you can also wear them right side up. And so I just love that shot. And he has that face. So Convax actually talks to Max, and he tells him, look, we actually have the technology to record your hallucinations. And the fact that, remember I mentioned the fact that it's supposed to be, was supposed to be done in sort of that first person kind of look. In this moment, in this scene where he wears that thing and he has this sort of forced hallucination and he's imagining Nikki, he starts off looking at his hands as if it's like a first person thing. And
yeah,
it's a really interesting, I would say even to the point of groundbreaking type of scene.
How his hands are digitized.
Yeah, visually. And it's like, oh, this is like, remember, this is 81, and it's so, I would say, like, it's forward thinking.
Yeah.
And it's done in a movie where essentially not a lot of people have watched it.
I would say too, you can always tell as well when he's having a hallucination, because if you look at the machine itself,
yeah,
it looks like a bit of flesh. It's part of the new flesh.
A little bit.
And again, another 40K thing. His helmet looks like one of the Assassin's Guild's helmets. Yes, I know. It's my favorite Assassin Guild too. The anti-psyker one.
Come on. There we go. Okay, I wanted this. Yeah, I wanted. I just wanted to show it. So it looks like old animation.
You know what it looks like? It looks like those old Night Trap. That's what it looks like.
Kind of.
It looks like footage from the Sega CD game Night Trap, because with the way the pixelation where it's like 280p at most.
Sort of, but this is I think this is rotoscoped in a way, because when he moves his hand, it's a little bit too fast.
No, you nailed it. It's rotoscoped.
Yeah. It was a little bit too fast for actually being animated even back then. It's just, you could make this, but it's a little bit too fast, and it blips a little bit from this into actually a hand a little bit, and it blips to Nikki, and then Nikki a little bit rotoscope.
Well, the big like flashbang because he has the lights on.
Yeah. And the fact that Convax even says it, or Barry says it, it will record your hallucination, and then we can take that hallucination and whatever weird shit you can actually imagine, because he says you can go with your imagination and make it as wild as humanly possible and as weird. And the fact that he slaps this TV, which is also Nikki, and then he said we can record it through this device and then have it on the Videodrome.
What I find great too is the fact that he implanted a thought into him creating the actual hallucination, where he said a little bit of sadism.
Yeah.
And I love that, like when he said, "You'll pardon me if I don't watch. I don't like the freaky stuff."
Yeah.
Because he knows that Videodrome is essentially a death sentence if you watch it.
Yeah. And the fact that he, like, Max wakes up, they don't show him going back to I love it because it's a jump cut. It ends the hallucination and he wakes up in bed. And I love that jump cut in terms like visually, cinematically. And he wakes up, and what does he have? The girl he tortured, or one of them he was torturing in that room, which was
because it turned
Masha,
from
not
Nikki to Masha.
Yeah.
Because Nikki was the one saying, "Come on, lover, let's open up those neural floodgates." And then as he's whipping, it turns. If you see the pans down to the TV, and it's actually Masha.
Yeah.
Being whipped.
And he is so paranoid, and he's so into his, like, I need some sort of proof that I'm not hallucinating.
Yeah.
So he gets his tech guy, where we see him going back and forth.
This guy's just like, dude, what the fuck, man? It's like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Why have you waken me up? It's like, I need you.
Reel back the sheets, take the pictures. Don't be shy. He's like, you want me to take pictures of something that's in your bed, man? It's like,
and when he comes back out, it's like,
and he keeps calling the Patron as well.
Yeah. It's like, and he's like coming back from the room. It's like, do you really need me to take a picture of your pillows and sheets and duvets and all that?
Quit fucking with me. He's like, listen, man, like, if anything, like, I will see you back at the office because you're not paying for this shit. It's like, fine. Just go back there. We'll meet back at the office. We'll meet back there. We'll talk about Videodrome. And they go there, and it's the revelation that he has, where it's like, oh yeah, Harlan scattered him. Videodrome never happened. They were all pre-recorded tapes, and then Harlan actually never saw Videodrome.
Yeah, the whole point is that the fact that anybody who watches Videodrome gets, like, either crazy,
infected,
definitely hallucinating, and definitely gets killed at the end. Like, definitely. And the fact that it's sort of a cascade of revelation, because it starts off, oh, this is a signal, we don't know where it's coming from. Then it becomes sort of this is a signal coming from, like, Malaysia, and it's accepted. And then he said, well, no, it's not really Malaysia. It kind of makes it look like Malaysia, but it's actually in Pittsburgh. And it sort of it's a cascading effect to this revelation, where it's like, yeah, this was all pre-taped. I'm working with Barry Convex.
And I think the whole
time.
The whole bit of the sort of like bait and switch of it being Malaysia, then it being Pittsburgh, is just to explain the quote unquote disappearance of Nikki.
Yeah,
because she wouldn't go on assignment to Malaysia for a radio station.
Yeah. But the fact of the matter is, she left on an unscheduled vacation, or at least the radio says she just went on a vacation.
She didn't go on assignment. No, she went on vacation.
There's no assignment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it seems like his, like, world starts to crumble and crumble and crumble, and he just goes crazier and crazier and crazier. And what's left is to go, like, after the revelation with Convex and Harlan, he's like, the only place to go to is, I love the fact that he gives them the tape and it's breathing, and he shoves it in his slit, right? To reprogram him to kill a bunch of people.
Yeah, and the entire bit too is Convex blatantly states how it was created to kill people as morally bankrupt as Max.
Yeah,
and the whole bit about how the nation's falling apart and everything, and yeah.
And this is where kind of the rest of the body horror kind of manifests itself. I absolutely love this effect.
Yeah, it's great.
I love this effect. I'm not, like, you know me, I'm not big in gore, but this is not gore-ish.
it's body horror. That's why
Yeah.
that's why again, when we first started talking about this month, I'm like, I think you're going to be fine with it because it's not really. There's gore, obviously, at the end of the tumor scenes and stuff like that.
I
but it's
mean,
really
there's
not
this.
that much.
There's this, and there's Art the Clown, and
Yeah.
this is fine.
Yeah, like Terrifier, I know that you would not like. So
I did watch it. It's just,
well, which Terrifier?
the first one. I told you the
Yeah.
second one is like
Terrifier 2 goes further, and Terrifier 3 goes one more step. Except for you did get to see Chris Jericho die in Terrifier 3.
Then
I know you're an old wrestling fan. So
wait a minute. So you're trying to tell me that he was on the list?
yes, he was.
All right, cool. If you know, you know. I
If
guess.
you know, you know. But what's great too is about all of the just that shot with the needles actually going into his arm and everything. And this is so great because bits like this, that Cronenberg-esque kind of bits, have been just reutilized and just redone time and time and time again. And I think one of the most real repeat offenders of utilizing it is oddly Trent Reznor.
Really?
In various Nine Inch Nails videos.
Oh.
Watch the video for Happiness and Slavery, or don't, because it's very disturbing. But yeah, it is body horror to the extreme.
I haven't even thought about it. Like the Nine Inch Nails stuff that was done. I watched a lot of them, like late night MTV.
Yeah.
It's not American MTV. It's Europe MTV. It is toned down a little bit.
Actually, no, because you actually could be able to see the video because it was banned in the States.
It was banned in the States?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Then you've watched it, so
I own the collection of Nine Inch Nails stuff. So yeah.
All right, let's do a pause. Right, let's do a pause because essentially there's not a lot of movie left. Essentially, like I said, most of the movie is mostly the ideas behind everything, and how you've got this unreliable narrator of sorts, but not really, because you don't have any sort of like inner monologue. You don't have that sort of thing, but also it's like Joker, where he's not like, he doesn't have an inner monologue, but also he's a completely like totally unreliable narrator. But
yeah, because again, with the Joker, you have that dichotomy of him and the relationship with his neighbor that's built there, that you believe is there the entire time, but never really happened. The ultimate unreliable narrators. Yeah.
All right, here we go again. And Gambit is back too. I can't replace this chair. It costs too much. Damn it. All right, we'll play our second game of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Cinema Deathmatch.
Round 1, fight.
No more explanations about the title. It is just Cinema Deathmatch, where we take two movies in a vacuum. Which one will we pop in? Because we've got two movies, pit them together and see which one is the best one. If there's no discernible difference, no discernible difference between the two.
Both of them are good. Both of them are bad.
We fall into our criteria, which is Saturday evening, Friday evening, out with the boys, out with the girls, out with your significant other. Two movies in a vacuum. Which one will we pop in? Especially for you. Especially for you. Took me a while. Not this. As Above, So Below, or Dawn of the Dead.
Have you seen the second one?
The second As Above, So Below?
No, just As Above, So Below. Have you seen it?
I have not.
Okay. It's all about it's actually really sort of interesting because, well, you've been to Paris.
Yes.
And you know the underground kind of tourism bit where they have basically all of
the catacombs.
It's all about that and how it's kind of a portal to hell. And it's a found footage movie. It's actually really interesting. I would say if you haven't seen it before, definitely give it a watch. But I mean, come on, it's Dawn of the Dead. It's Thomas Savini and Green Zombies, man.
It's
Come on.
It's blue zombies, but it's Dawn of the Dead.
They're blue, green, they're
Hands-
teal.
Hands down, done. Even the audience.
I love how Tom Savini, as one of the bikers, and one of the other bikers hits one of them in the face with the cream pie. Just
Okay, what's gonna happen is it's gonna land on 2, and then
it might
it's gonna
swap
blip
around.
to different 2.
I would
I'm
say
not-
that if you ever end up going back to Paris, definitely take a trip down there and just see the catacombs. It's really cool.
I do not intend on going back to Paris, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Not my favorite town. No. It's just not for me.
Yep, and I already told you too. If you're going to go to any city in Paris, well, in France, I would not go to Paris. I would go to Orléans instead. Orléans much nicer. The people are much nicer. Yeah.
Oh my god, fucking ads, man! I hate them so much. Fuck off. There we go. It's the ads. It was just trying to pull ad and then another one and then another one.
Gotcha.
I just turned. I have an ad block. I just usually have it off. Actually, I don't even need it for YouTube. I've got premium now. I'm wealthy enough to pay the $15 a month, I guess. All right, enough chitter chatter. Wreck-It Ralph or Cable Guy? What say you, feelings?
Okay. Very controversial. I do believe the Cable Guy was the start of Jim Carrey's dramatic acting career, and for that, I'm gonna go the Cable Guy. I actually do like it as a sort of single white female for white dudes.
Yes. The Cable Guy was quote unquote bad because everybody wanted another Jim Carrey comedy.
Comedy, yeah.
Liar, Liar.
No,
Ace
he
Ventura.
made Liar Lighter after this.
He made after this?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, everybody was expecting yet another fun comedy that he got paid 20 million for. Instead, he got paid 20 million for this and they made a dark comedy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's up there with How I Married an Axe Murderer. Which,
Yes.
don't get me wrong, Wreck-It Ralph is actually like one of the better Pixar movies too. So.
It's really hard. It's a really hard sell for me. I watched it and yeah. Hugo or Johnny Mnemonic? I'll start.
Go ahead.
Hugo is yet another one of those movies where it's not bad. It's just not for me. So I will never pick it over Johnny Mnemonic, which is, to be honest, it's exactly what I wanted from a real live action cyberpunk movie back in the day.
Yeah,
now I want more.
Yeah. I definitely have to say Johnny Mnemonic just because, oh my, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's good.
It's really bad. It's really, really bad. It almost cost him his career.
Yeah, it did. Almost killed it completely.
And this is literally, it's after he made Speed. So he was like, here. It's like, okay, what do you want to do? Johnny Mnemonic. Yeah.
No, he actually skipped on Speed 2 Cruise Control to make Johnny Mnemonic. Which, to be fair, was actually the correct decision because Speed 2 was a bad movie as well.
All right, cool. The Last Emperor or Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Don't even just click it. Come on.
Nice.
The
Crazies, which you told me to watch.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Or X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Okay.
Up to you.
Now we have to go with our criteria.
No, you have to go with whatever you want to go with.
The Crazies. That like it's so fucking stupid, but it's a fun like zombie-esque kind of
I hate
film.
zombie movies with a passion. I
it's
fucking
fun.
hate
It's
zombies.
a lot of fun though. The baseball scene alone would be like, oh shit, that's
Understand something.
wild.
I will click the crazies, but I will pick X-Men Origins Wolverine.
That's what I'm saying. I'm giving him for the time of the year as well, crazies. But overall, though, I probably would go Wolverine just because it was the origination of Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool as well, and it's so bad. Some of the dialogue is terrible, but it's funny because it's so bad.
Okay, I have not seen this.
I haven't seen Pottersville.
Ninuchka. I've actually seen Potterville. I don't like it at all.
Why don't we
The
just do I haven't seen it on Pottersville as well then? Because the pianist is definitely that's a one and done movie. We know it. Oh well, yeah, it's easy then.
Okay, that's an easy. Okay, cool. We'll finish with this because it's 2 horror movies. The Host I've actually seen. The Maze Runner I've seen recently on TV. The Maze Runner is fucking dumb. Like, it's so fucking dumb. I will pick The Host.
Because The Maze Runner is just another one of those the teen adventure novels, like the Hunger Games, right?
It's Twilight with a maze.
Okay. Well, the Hunger Games is basically just.
No, it's not Hunger Games. It's more like the Twilight with the maze.
Well, but the Hunger Games is just Twilight with basically just they took Battle Royale and just ripped it the fuck off.
Hunger Games is Twilight without the vampires. Okay.
Hunger Games is just like, okay, the Hunger Games is just Battle Royale. Let's just state it, okay?
Fine. Okay. The Maze Runner is Hunger Games with a maze. Okay. Fine. It's The Host.
That was okay. Oh, that last one. Grumpy Old Men is too good, man.
Yeah, Grumpy Old. I will pick Grumpy Old Man.
Grumpy Old Man is just too much fun. That movie is still a blast.
The thing about the Jackass show was really good as an MTV show. What do you like? Would you pay to go watch it? Watch the same thing in the movie? No, just fucking watch MTV.
Well, a lot of people did.
Well, I know
a lot of people did.
There's like what, 3 sequels?
No, 4.
4?
Because they made Jackass 3D and they made a new one not too long ago. Because they have new people in Jackass now too.
I mean, how much can Johnny Knoxville take to the balls? A lot, seemingly.
A lot, apparently. That right. I do give credit to Steve-O though, because apparently, like, you know, he got in a real bad way, but he turned his life around. So good for him.
Yeah. So this is the point where we get into sort of beyond a hallucination and more into like an MK Ultra kind of a thing, where they use hallucinations and essentially they use the TV or the Videodrome tapes as
it's
sort of a
essentially
drug.
like a Manchurian Candidate sort of situation. Yeah, where they just where he becomes brainwashed and into eventually doing what they bid, and they bid like, hey, no, you need to take over Channel 8. You have to kill them. You have to kill them. We need this.
And then of course, immediately as he leaves, it's like, you have to kill what's her name, like Susan Oblivion, what's her name,
Bianca
Bianca
oh, she knows too much, she'll hurt us, so you have to go after Bianca.
And then when he meets Bianca, she flips out on him. Oh, so you're the one that came.
No, which is so funny, because the first time she says it the same thing to him, because she's always suspecting that that Videodrome is sending someone to kill her. And this time she just happens to be right.
Yeah.
That, or maybe she's been right before. We don't know.
But then, yawn came over me. But then she kind of flips it on him, where she gets to turn him over against Barry.
Yeah,
And
because she shows him the footage of Nikki's actual death. That
Yes.
Nikki's been dead the entire
the
time.
entire time. And this is where we as audience kind of realize, wait a minute, the entire time?
Yeah.
It's like
Outside of, I think it was the show. After the show, she's been dead the entire time. And I love the weird TV-esque hand coming out with the gun from the navel, where the arm stretches out and shoots him. That the thing that switches his mind to basically Bianca's side.
I want to get to that point. It's right after this. Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
I can show this. The other one is literally
that looks a little wrong there, though. It's a gun, YouTube. It's a gun.
It's a gun through like leather and stuff. It mimics his own leathery kind of it's beyond sort of incorporated into a gun. It's literally the gun is sort of his hand. It looks like his hand is like the same hand they had in Everlast with the big, the song Everlast by the Foo Fighters. Yeah.
Do you mean Everlong?
That. Yeah. Everlong. What?
Yeah.
Everlast.
Everlast is a musician.
It's a musician. Yeah. It's House of Pain. Everlong.
Yeah.
Everlong by the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Watch the video. He's got like a huge fucking hand. I mean, the hand that James Woods has, the Max has, it's not only incorporated into the gun, it's becomes like a big, humongous fist as well. And the thing shoots at him, but also the TV shows the bullet holes.
The chest with the bullet holes, yeah.
But then he like sort of jump cuts to him grabbing his chest, but there's nothing there. And he kind of feels around and there's nothing there except for that slit. The slit is still there.
Yeah, where again, which I kind of love that dichotomy too, where it shows that they're there. Because what happens to him happens to the TV. When he gets shot, the TV reflects it. So again, what Oblivion said before is that how reality is less than TV. Now TV is his new reality. So him getting shot, the TV's bleeding.
And the interesting is they talk about the fact that your mind's eye is
perception is reality. Yeah.
Perception is reality. And I thought that was really interesting as an idea, as a concept. And yeah, it's probably was there back in the day, but they talked about the TV, and now we've got like computers, we've got our phones, our pads, or whatever. And everywhere you go, there are screens essentially talking to you. Even if you go out into the ATM, it's another screen that is talking to you, asking you, do you want to withdraw money? How much do you want to withdraw? I thought about it while watching it. It's like, this is really, really interesting how it became way more pervasive than just going out to work, coming back home and watching cable TV until you essentially collapse and fall asleep.
Yeah.
And you consume ever more increasing like violence and sex and promiscuity and evil shit, according to Cronenberg. But yeah, the fact that he goes back into the spectacle shop.
I will say too is that is the last bit with Bianca is where he gets the mantra, which is the old flesh is dead, long live new flesh. Which I told you backstage is I got this wrong so many times. Anybody who knows like industrial rock from like the late 90s knows the band Strapping Young Lad. They have All Hail the New Flesh. I wrote All Hail the New Flesh so many times instead of Long Live the New Flesh in my notes. I haven't scribbled out and rewritten.
And when he goes to, the guy selling him, trying to sell him,
that's a reggae artist named King Cosmos, who was super popular at the time in Canada.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
I was like, that is so off the cuff, the guy's literally speaking jive to him. It's like, whoa.
It's a very, very
okay.
thick Jamaican
Yeah,
accent.
thick Jamaican accent. Yeah. I was, procrastinating. So he gets to like, oh, Harlan is here. Oh, but of course he's here because he already confessed to working with convex. And he's like, okay, there's something for you to see here. And
Well, the bit is, yeah, it's now really all pretense is gone in his hallucinations of his indoctrination.
yes.
But the bit too is with Harlan, he already assumes that what's great about Harlan is he picks up on the fact that something's off with their brainwashing. So that's why he's trying to take that. But how he puts the tape in and he pulls it out, but his hand has been completely consumed by it, and it's replaced with a German stick grenade.
Yes.
I was like,
and at first I was like, does he have a whip in his hand? It looks like a cream whip, the one that you used to make cream with instead of what we use now. And I was like,
oh, like a whisk? Yeah.
A whisk, not a whip.
Yeah.
A whisk. I was like, why does he have a whisk hand? And then he exploded, and I was like, oh, it's a German grenade.
Stick grenade, yeah.
Yeah.
The first time I remember distinctly the first time I saw that, like, I have no idea what the hell is, like many years ago.
Yeah.
What does he have a turkey leg on his hand?
Yeah, it's like, what the hell is it? And when he explodes, it's like, oh, okay.
Oh, got it.
And I love the fact that Max is like casually just walking.
He just strolls out. I sort of like it blew away fucking concrete. And you realize, like, there's a store full of people, like, less than a room away.
You hear them scream and run away.
Yeah.
But you don't see them run away.
Yeah.
You just hear the screams. He's just casually outside. And there's a woman, her daughter, and essentially the grandma is like,
because the little girl goes, there's a big bang.
Yeah. Like, be careful, don't walk. Like, this is an alley. And they have no reason to fear this man. He just stepped out of a collapsing wall. Essentially, I just found it hilarious. That's all. So we go to this convention with
the Medici line.
Yeah. And this is where I thought, well, I just said, it's like, it looks like a con man in a pyramid scheme convention.
Yeah.
Right? It's sort of like, oh, you wonderful workers who work for me, who make sure I'm fucking filthy rich and you're paying for it. That sort of a deal.
Well, you've never been to a real corporate retreat before, because this is kind of what they're like.
They
are this bad still, and they're like, they're talking about quarterly sales, about how we can really improve numbers. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but it's beyond that, and this is where the sort of like televangelist motifs come in. If you look at the glasses, you kind of see it, and just a minute. What's behind those glasses is literally Adam, the painting Adam. With the finger.
That's Michelangelo. Yeah.
And this,
also too, like the entire bit for the Da Vinci line, it kind of all ties together, because who was one of the first patrons of Michelangelo besides the Pope was
the
Medicis.
Yes. So it all ties in together real nice, real nice, even though the rest of the pictures are essentially not Michelangelo. They're more Da Vinci, but whatever.
Yeah, but they do have, there's the Mona Lisa on the left, and then they have the picture, I think that's Machiavelli, right?
Yes.
The one that's right next to the Mona Lisa, yeah.
That Machiavelli, is it Donatello?
I think.
One of the turtles.
I know it
I'm
wasn't
joking.
Raphael.
I'm joking.
Because
not
Raphael
Raphael,
was a
no.
rude dude, okay? A rude dude with attitude, okay?
Exactly. One of the turtles. No, essentially, so Max pulls out the gun, pulls out the piece, the handgun. He shoots him, and then
The flesh gun, which he just like explodes into tumors. Like
completely, and then he turns to the crowd and he says, long live the new flesh. And he's not yelling it, he's more like half whispering it of sorts.
It's more of a declarative statement, not a mantra.
Yeah. And then he just leaves.
But the entire time too, like the microphone is still placed next to Barry as he's turning into whatever. So
Yeah.
you hear him go.
It kind of looks like a more fucked up version of Total Recall in
Yeah.
Mars.
Yeah.
But like I said, a more fucked up version, because he literally opens up and
he's splitting open from the tumors within. Yeah, it's
at this moment I was like, is David Cronenberg trying to tell me something yet again? and I was like, probably. And then, of course, we find ourselves in the tugboat, where, for some reason, I think Max was there earlier than what it was shown.
I think that Max had been there for many, many, many days.
Yeah, I think so too. You know why? Because there's an empty carton of the same cigarettes he was smoking throughout the movie, which is Marlboro Reds.
Yes, and you notice too, the television is the exact same, and the vision
As he
that
has.
he had when he was whipping Nikki and Nikki and Masha.
Yes.
Or Masha.
And this is where, like, oh my God, he is so out of it. He is so out of it. And this is like, it was.
I would say though, she could call me anytime.
Yes, but when she does, I don't want her to tell me that I need to join her in the afterlife.
Yeah, like, well, first the old flesh must die. Here, I'll show you how. Blow your brains out.
And I was like, this is a little bit too on the nose, because I know what's gonna happen. Even when I watched this for the very first time, I was like, oh, you join me in the afterlife. This is the old flesh must die. Long live the new flesh. Huh? Oh no. That's bad. That's really bad.
Even as it is an early Cronenberg film, there has to be one last bit of just gore and viscera. So when the television version of himself does shoot himself with the flesh gun, the TV screen blows out with like chunks of viscera and maybe internal organs flying out.
And half a person of organs pop out of it. And then, of course, after the TV version blows up,
he just repeats it.
And to be fair, it might be actually the same scene, but shown on like through like a TV filter. So they shot the scene and then showed it on the TV for us, and then we see the actual scene play out in real life. Because he says the same thing, and even the lighting is the same because he has the fire burning.
He has the hobo barrel.
Yeah. This one, like I said, the big huge hand, which has to be there because his actual hand is underneath it. But awesome.
I hated
this movie. I hated this movie. And I'll tell you why. There's a reason why sometimes ideas are so far ahead, but they're encompassed in a movie that is just, the pacing is off. There's one good actor in it, and it's James Woods,
Oh.
and he can't even save the movie because some of his dialogue is a little bit off.
It's very
Plus-
stilted as well.
The concepts are there for a very interesting movie, but it's just not executed as well as it should be. It's sort of an in-betweener between sort of this real out there like an art movie or an art house movie, but it's shot as if it's like a commercial horror film for some reason.
Yes.
And the ideas are there, they're interesting. There's an interesting dynamic, but I still don't like it as a movie on the whole. Like, yeah, nudity and stuff. That's really minor, and it has a lot to do with just showing you how explicit and how crazy things can be. Like, I did not enjoy the Videodrome scenes. It's not for me. Even though I like naked ladies, it's just it feels, it pulls you off. It not pulls you off. It repels you from trying to even go there.
And this is what I told you backstage before we started. Like, this reminded me so much when re-reviewing films, why I really did not like Blade Runner again on a re-review. Because again, obviously, like, Harrison Ford's can be a really, really great actor. Really, but in that, like, everything felt stilted and off about it. And even Rutger Hauer, I like him in other stuff. I did not like him in Blade Runner. And this felt the exact same way, but they praise these films. Like, they're very, very ahead of their time when it comes to concepts and ideation, and themes that move forward to create really, really great things. But right now, it's like, I can see why they're considered cult classics and why they are foundational in the creation of newer media. But taken as their own, I really don't think they stand up.
To be fair, this week I really enjoyed diving into like YouTube videos that people made, trying to explain all the ideas. And everyone has their own take, of course. But essentially, all of them talked about the same idea that David Cronenberg was trying to explain. It's a philosophical idea about how far and how deep a man will go to satiate the hunger for content.
Excess. Yeah, really.
Yeah. So, like I said, I'm saying content because it encompasses everything. It's not porn, it's how far you go into porn. It's not violence. It's how far you go into the violence.
Yeah.
Right? To satiate boredom, essentially. It comes from like, I've watched this enough times. I need something.
I'm desensitized to this. I need something just that takes it just one step further, and then one step further.
It equates to taking drugs, where you take a certain drug, and it's at a certain point, it's like I'm desensitized. I need a higher dose and a higher dose, and the highest of doses will kill you.
Yeah.
It stands on that philosophical sort of question, where how far will you go to satiate your hunger for a thing? Yeah. And with that beautiful question, that will get us to the end of the show and the end of the month. I actually really enjoyed this month. I'm not a horror fan, but I do love to go into these movies where they're doing something, but they're actually talking about something else. In The Fly, there's a really weird, fucked up triangular love story within it.
Yeah.
That is very interesting. And also the philosophical question of, if you're teleported from one place to another, is the other you or a clone of you? which is something that they don't
Which
really
is-
dive into the
which is-
movie, but it's a question that is raised and not answered.
Which I did bring up during our conversations about the Star Trek films. We were like, that all the characters that you loved,
Yeah,
you
they're
realize that
clone of a clone
they're
of a
all
clone.
dead like
Yeah.
multiple times throughout this because matter cannot transmit that way. It actually you kill yourself to create yourself somewhere else.
Yeah, essentially. Okay, so which brings us to November, which starts off next week because it's actually November 1st next week.
Yes. Yeah.
Which we dubbed Football Month, and not
You
not
didn't take
football.
my name?
Hmm?
I like my name.
What'd you? Oh man,
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
I know.
'Cause I don't like most of the actors in those movies.
All right, cool. What was the deal? Will you be here next?
I will be in the air. So
Will be in the air. So we will have a movie. You know what? It's probably gonna be Wildcats.
Yeah, do Wildcats.
I'll probably do Wildcats solo.
We will be talking. It's going to be about football. The month we're going to be doing Any Given Sunday. That was going to be next week, but no, I'll be in the air. So yeah,
he will be Any Given in the air.
I will be on Any Other Given Sunday in November. There.
So yeah, next week I'll probably do Wildcats, but just look at the channel around Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll bring it up as a up and coming stream. You'll get to see it. Plus, if you don't want to watch Wildcats, you can actually go watch the other movies, which I won't tell you what they are. But you could go watch Any Given Sunday, which will come up in a couple of weeks. But for now,
a good movie. I just don't like Jamie Foxx.
Willie Beeman. No, okay. He really is steaming, Never mind. Anyway, we have to go because I'm yawning way too much and I have to go to sleep. So remember, guys, hope is a good thing, maybe even the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. We'll see you next week. You're still here? It's over. Go home.